everyone, welcome to this video lecture on Project Network Models Part 3. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about PERT model, that is Program Evaluation and Review Technique. In the previous two video lectures, we have discussed about how to construct the network diagram for the project network model and how to solve a repetitive nature project by using CPM, that is critical path method. In the critical path method, the time estimates are assumed to be known with certainty. In certain projects like research and development, new product introduction, it is very difficult to estimate the time of various activities. Hence, PERT is used in such project with a probabilistic method using 3 time estimates for an activity rather than a single estimate. The 3 time estimates are optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time. Optimistic time is actually the shortest time taken to complete the activity. It means that if everything goes well, then there is more chance of completing the activity within this time. Next is most likely time. It is a normal time taken to complete an activity if the activity were frequently repeated under same conditions. Next is pessimistic time. It is the longest time that an activity would take to complete. It is actually if everything goes wrong. That is the longest time that an activity would take to complete. It is the worst time estimate that an activity would take if unexpected problems are faced. Taking all these time estimates into consideration, the estimated time will be arrived by using a beta curve like this. The expected time will be coming like this. It will be coming around this place if it is an optimistic time, and this is the most likely time and the pessimistic time. So by using the beta curve, we will be arriving the estimated time. There is a formula for estimating it. So the estimated time, that is average or mean value of an activity duration, is given by this formula, that is TE is equal to TO plus 4TM plus TP by 6. Here TO is optimistic time, TM is most likely time, and TP is pessimistic time. And next we have to calculate the variance of the activity time by using the formula. It is sigma square, or we can use V, that is equal to TP minus TO divided by 6 whole square. Here TP is pessimistic time and TO is optimistic time. Then after calculating all this variance activity, we have to go for probability for project duration. The probability of completing the project within the desired time or the due date may be obtained by using the standard normal deviate, where TCP is the expected time to complete the project. For that, we have to use a formula, that is Z is equal to T minus TCP divided by sigma. Here the sigma is the standard deviation of the critical path. If you just add all the variance of the critical path, right, that will give you sigma square. And if you just take the square root of it, we will be getting sigma. So here the sigma is actually the standard deviation of the total of critical path. After calculating this Z value, we have to just calculate the probability of completing the project within the scheduled time by using the normal distribution table, right? From this normal distribution table, by having this Z value, we have to take the probability of completing the particular project within the scheduled time. This is how we are going to solve the PERT model. And here there is an example. This example is actually having all the types of complications. If you are able to solve this problem, you will learn the entire PERT network problem with very thoroughly. Here there is an R&D project which has a list of tasks to be performed, whose time estimates are given in the table like this. So these are all the activities, and we have optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time for each and every activity. By having this, we have to draw the project network and find the critical path and determine the expected project length. Then find the probability that the project will be completed at 4 weeks earlier than expected time as well as no more than 4 weeks later than expected time. And if the due date is 19 weeks, what is the probability of not meeting the due date? That is one of the question. Next is find the probability that the project is completed on schedule. If the scheduled completion time is 20 weeks. Next is what should be the scheduled completion time for the probability of completion to be 90%. Here the probability is given, we have to find out the scheduled date or the due date. So this is a given example problem. We will see how to solve this problem. First thing is we have to calculate the TE value, that is expected time for each and every activity. Then we have to calculate the variance, sigma squared for all the activities. So like this, we know the formula for TE is TO plus 4TM plus TP divided by 6. So by using all these values, we can calculate TE value for all the activities like this. Then we have to calculate the variance by using this formula TP minus TO divided by 6 whole square, right? Pessimistic time, optimistic time. So by having this formula, we have to calculate the sigma square value for all the activities like this. After calculating TE, that is expected time of completion of each and every activity, and the variance, next we have to construct the network diagram, right? So this is the given activity, and this is actually the calculated TE value, that is expected time for completion of the particular activity. By having this, we have to construct the activity, there is network diagram. So this is 1 to 2. We already know how to construct the network diagram. It is very easy, right? So it is 1 to 2. And next is 1 to 3. Then 1 to 4. Then 2 to 5, 3 to 5. So we can just have a common node here. And we can just construct the network diagram like this. Then 4 to 6, 5 to 6. 4 to 6, 5 to 6. So we can construct the network diagram like this. Then we can take the value of T here for each and every activity. 1 to 2, it is 2. Then 4 for 1 to 3. For 1 to 4, it is 3. And so on, like this. We just take all the TE values, and now we have to calculate TL and TE values. TE by using forward pass calculation, and TL, that is capital TE and capital TL. You should not confuse it with small TE. We have to calculate capital TE, right? By using forward path, and TL by using reverse path calculation, as we already discussed in a CPM method. So TE for the first event will be 0, and here it will be 0 plus 2, so it is 2, and here it is 0 plus 4, 4, here it will be 0 plus 3, 3. Then by having calculated these two TE values, if you want to calculate this TE value, we have to look for two different paths. Whichever is maximum, we have to take that. Here it is 2 plus 1, 3. Here it is 6 plus 4, 10. So this TE value will be 10. Then while coming here, it is 10 plus 7, 17. 3 plus 5, 8. So maximum we have to take. So here it is 17. Then we have to calculate TL value by using reverse path calculation. So here for the last event, the TE value will be equal to TL value. So it will be 17 here. Right? Then here it will be 17 minus 17. 17 minus 7, 10. Right? And next one is here it is 17 minus 5, 12. 10 minus 1, 9. Here it is 10 minus 6, 4. Then while coming here, the least we have to take. 9 minus 2, 7. 4 minus 4, 0. 12 minus 3, 9. So least we have to take. Obviously it will be 0. So this is how we have to calculate all TE values and TL values for all the events. Next, we have to take the critical path. So critical path is 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 3 to 6. TL is equal to TE means we have to just join all the events which is having TL is equal to TE. We will get and we have one more condition also, we all know that, right? So by having this, we have to construct the critical path. This is the critical path, that is 1 to 3 to 5 to 6 is the critical path. And the expected project length is last event 30 and TL value, that is 17 weeks. And the variance of the project length, next we have to calculate the variance of the project length, that is sum of variance of the critical path. We know that the critical path is 1 to 3, 3 to 5 and 5 to 6. If you just add these things, you will be getting the variance of the project length. And now next thing is we have to calculate standard deviation of the project length. For that you have to take the square root of the variance of the project length. So it will be square root of 9, so it is 3. So this is how we have to calculate the standard deviation of the project length. Then we can start answering the questions, various questions. First question is probability that the project will be completed at least 4 weeks earlier than expected time. So first we have to find out the due date. At least 4 weeks earlier than expected. So expected time of completion is 17 weeks. So 17 minus 4. 4 weeks earlier means 17 minus 4. So it is 13 weeks. So for 13 weeks as a due date, we have to calculate the standard normal deviate, that is Z. So Z is due date minus expected time of completion, which we have calculated by using the network diagram, 17 weeks. So this 13 minus 17 divided by the standard deviation of the project length, 3. So now the value is minus 1.33. If you just calculate this, we will be getting minus 1.33 as Z value. We have to take the probability by using the normal distribution table. So we have to take it from the normal distribution table. So this is actually the normal distribution table. The value is minus 1.33, right? So minus 1. This is actually minus 3 to 3 and this is 0 value. Here you can see that the probability will be given only from 0 to 3. For 0 value it is 0.5. So for the negative values it is not given. That means if you want to calculate it for negative value, we have to take the positive value, then we have to subtract it from the whole number. The whole probability is 1, right? This total value is 1 and half value is 0.5, and we want to have the value for minus 1.33. So first we have to take the value of positive 1.33 from this table, and we'll see how we can convert that into minus value, right? So for 1.33, so 1.3 is here and remaining 3 is here. 1.33, right? 1.33, it is 0.9082. The probability is 0.9082, right? By having this value, this is actually for positive value, plus 1.33 is at value. So by having this, but what we want is, we want to have the value for this one, minus value. Center point is 0 value. This is actually somewhere minus 1.33 will be there. And what we know is, we know the value for this. We know the value of 1.33 as 0.9082. By having this value, we have to calculate the value for minus 1.33. We know that this is actually the normal distribution curve, and this area will be equal to this area, right? So if you want to know this value, and if you know this value, that will be same. So we know value up to this. The red shaded portion is 0.9082, but what we want is this blue shaded portion. So total is 1. So 1 minus 0.9082 is this this portion is actually equal to this portion. So the value is 1 minus this one, which will be 0.0918. If you just convert this probability into percentage, you have to multiply it with 100. So the probability of completing the project at least 4 weeks earlier than expected time is 9.18%. Right? This is how we have to calculate the probability. Next is the next question. Probability that the project will be completed no more than 4 weeks later than expected time. No more than 4 weeks later than expected time. So the due date will be 17 plus 4, that is 21 weeks. So we have to calculate the standard normal deviate Z value. So Z is due date minus expected time of completion divided by the sum, that is standard deviation of the critical path. So it is 21 minus 17 by 3. So value is already we know, that is 1.33. We already know the probability value for one positive value of 1.33. We already taken it from the normal distribution table, that is 0.9082. So the probability of completing the project no more than 4 weeks later than expected time is 90.82%. Right? Next question is, if the project due date is 19 weeks, what is the probability of not meeting the due date? For that, first what we have to calculate is, we have to calculate the probability of meeting the due date. Then, if we just subtract that percentage from 100, you will be getting the probability of not meeting the due date. So now the due date is 19 weeks. For that due date, we have to calculate Z value, 19 minus 17 divided by 3, so which is 0.67. So for this value 0.67, we have to look for a normal distribution curve and we have to take the probability from that table. Right? So this is the normal distribution, 0.67. So 0.67. So value is 0.7486. We have to take this value. So probability is 0.7486. So the probability of meeting the due date is this one. So the percentage of meeting the due date is 74.86%. And probability of not meeting the due date is, it is not meeting the due date. Here not should be there. Not meeting the due date is 100 minus this percentage. So it is 25.14%. Next is probability that the project is completed on schedule if the scheduled time of completion is 20 weeks. So we know the due date is 20 weeks. We have to calculate Z 20 minus 17 by 3. So it is 1. 3 by 3, 1. So we have to look for the probability by using the normal distribution table. Right? The value will be somewhere here. And this is the probability distribution table. 1 is 0.8413. So we have to take that value. So it is 0.8413. So the percentage will be 84.13%. Okay. Next one is, what should be the scheduled completion time for the probability of completion to be 90%? So here the probability of completion is given. We have to find out the due date in the reverse order. That's it. So we have to look for 0.9000 in the distribution table, normal distribution table, right? And here if you search this, it is 0.8997, it is 0.9015. So this is the nearest one. So for this value, the Z value will be 1.28. So it is, Z value is 1.28 for the probability of 0.90. So we know this value and we know this 17 and 3. We have to find out the due date. Due date minus 17 by 3 is equal to 1.28. By having this, you have to find out due date. So due date is 20.84 weeks. So this is how we have to calculate and solve this PERT network, and this PERT network is for R&D project and new product development. Thank you all for your patience hearing. In the next video lecture, we are going to discuss about crashing the project network. Thank you all.